It's 8 o'clock on a Sunday. Regular crowd shuffles in. There's an old man sitting next to me, making love to his tonic and gin. He said, "Son, can you play me a memory? I'm not really sure how it goes, but it's sad and it's sweet, and I knew it complete when I wore a younger man's clothes." La la la, la la la, la la la, la la la, la la. Sing us a song, you're the piano man. Sing us a song tonight. Well, we're all in the mood for a melody. I hope you are, and you got us feeling all right. Now, John at the bar, he's a friend of mine. He gets me my drinks for free. And he's quick with a joke, or he'll light up your smoke, but there's some place that he'd rather be. He said, "John, I believe this is killing me," as a smile ran away from his face. "Oh, I know I could be a big movie star if I could get out of this place." La la la, la la la, la la la, la la la, la la. Sing us a song, you're the piano man. Sing us a song tonight. Well, we're all in the mood for a melody. You got us feeling all right. Paul, he's a real estate novelist who never had time for a wife. And he's talking to me Davy, who's still in the Navy and probably will be for life. And the waitress is practicing politics as the businessman slowly gets stoned. Well, they're sharing a drink they call loneliness, but it's better than drinking alone. La la la, la la la, la la la, la la la, la la. Sing us a song, you're the piano man. Sing us a song tonight. Well, we're all in the mood for a melody, and you got us feeling all right. pretty good crowd. Is it visible?
It's good.
For
it's
a Sunday.
Good.
In August.
Yes, August.
And the manager, somewhat reluctantly,
never reluctantly giving you a smile, my darling.
in a very tired kind of way, gives me a smile. We've got a show to do, so I'm going to get on with it. Because she knows that it's me.
We.
And because she knows she wants to do a wee. Is that what you mean?
No, it's we.
She knows she wants to do a wee.
It's we, us, that you're coming to see.
All right, sorry. Because I know this operation has made you go for a wee an awful lot.
Yes.
Because I'm going for a wee, and I know I'll do another wee to forget about life for a while. Oh, and the piano, it sounds like a carnival, and the microphone, it smells like a beer. And they sit at the bar and put bread in my jar and say, man, what are you doing here? La la la, la la la. La 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 la. Right, all over the country, sing it with me now. Come on now. Sing us a song, you're the piano man. Sing us a song tonight. Well, we're all in the mood for a melody, and you've got us feeling all right. Piano dies away. We welcome you to another JV.
I was going to say, have you got your real glasses?
Live from the Steinway room with Sue.
With Sue.
I just thought I'd give you a little bit of style there because I'm not really stylish. I just saw a sideways view of me.
And can I just point out that every one of you who was thinking it was going to be more than 8 minutes, well, he's proved you wrong.
There you are.
It's
You've lost
6
your beat.
minutes.
6 minutes and 42 seconds. So I thought I've got a show to do. We've got 2 guests tonight, and we've got a good show for you coming up. We're doing a slightly shortened show because well, we're tired. We get tired easier, and I've got to get out to the hospital first thing on a Monday morning. So as in 7 o'clock in the morning. So I'm going to just, give you what I can. There's some lovely songs and some lovely guests. We've got news and information, and we welcome all of you who are the JV community and beyond. If you're new and we haven't heard from you before, then we welcome you. And we've heard from people this week that, I went through the chat last week online afterwards, and I was up till 1 o'clock trying to answer various people and like the comments. And some lovely new people that I'd never heard of before, and it's been lovely to have you. Welcome to the summer and then leading into autumn. I'll talk about that a little bit more in a minute. But to do a few songs I thought tonight from Lockdown Sessions. 1, that album that you so beautifully and wonderfully funded and we recorded, and then Lockdown Sessions 2, of course. I'll sing a song from that too. But this one, it's...
and I would like to dedicate this one to, first of all, to Nicola, and you are the big 6-0 today, so happy birthday, Nicola. And also I'd like to dedicate this to my aunt, Norma, who's not been feeling well recently, having a few tests and so on. So lots of love to you, and to my mother, my other lovely aunt, Auntie V. Thank you both for helping support us through what we've been going through. So we love you both, and this one is for you.
You remember me when the west wind moves upon the fields of barley. You'll forget the sun in his jealous sky as we walk in fields of gold. So she took her love for to gaze a while upon the field of barley. in his arms she fell as her hair came down among the fields of gold. Will you stay with me? Will you be my love among the fields of barley? We'll forget the sun in his jealous sky as we lie in fields of gold. I never made promises lightly. There have been some that I've broken, but I swear in the days still left, we will walk in fields of gold. We will walk in fields of gold. I never made promises lightly. There have been some that I've broken, but I swear in the days still left, we will walk in fields of gold. Oh, many years have passed since those summer days among the fields of barley. See the children run as the sun goes down among the fields of gold. You remember me when the west wind blows upon the fields of barley. You can tell the sun in his jealous skies when we walked in fields of gold. When we walked in fields of gold. When we walked in fields of gold. I always love that song, and the version on
Beautiful.
Lockdown Sessions 1, absolutely sensational. Forgive me, I've still got my bad back. We're getting my bad back treated.
He hasn't got his tennis ball with him tonight,
No,
though.
I couldn't find it. That's all. Couldn't find my tennis ball.
It's underneath the chair.
Is it?
Yeah,
Underneath what chair?
underneath your stool, your piano stool. Yes. Don't put your back out looking for it. The other end.
You waited until I got all the way down, and then you said, not there. Right. Oh,
Yeah, but it's more fun like this.
all right, much better.
What can I say?
Right, here we go.
Thank you. We'll do nicely.
Thank you. Right. And now, I'm going to do. Now we're going to do a lovely something I've not done before from the backing track, and we're going to do quite a lot of backing tracks tonight. I'm going to take this off. Sorry, I forgot that. Do some backing tracks tonight because I just like the idea of doing this one.
We just chose a few songs.
And here's the thing. Here it goes. Thank you, Rachel. Off you go. Precious Lord, take my hand, lead me on, let me stand. Oh, I'm tired, I'm weak, I am worn through the dark, through the night. Lead me on to the light. Take my hand, precious Lord, lead me on. Take my hand, precious Lord, and lead me on. On a hill far away stood an old rugged cross, the emblem of suffering and shame. And I love that old cross where the dearest and best for a world of lost sinners was slain. So I'll cherish the old rugged cross till my trophies at last I lay down. Oh, I will cling to the old rugged cross and exchange it someday, and exchange it someday, and exchange it someday for a crown. Mark always had to have the last word. Hope you enjoyed that.
What's really funny is that Jonathan, when he does all these songs, he puts them together.
You're not in the
I
camera.
know. I was going to just tweak the camera. Yeah, I'll go back to the camera in a minute, Rachel. So yes, when Jonathan records all these songs with Mark, they do them beautifully and they get it all sorted out. And what Jonathan doesn't think is that these wonderful stops and pauses that they put in are very difficult when it comes to doing the backing tracks. Yeah. So he suddenly finds himself in a pickle. However, what I want to say is that is particularly for our dear friends Karen and Heather. You've had a bit of a difficult week this week, haven't you guys? And we just want to say we love you. We thank you so much for all that you've done to support us over this time, and it's time for you to be supported by the JV community now, because you've had a difficult time this week, and we're thinking of you and praying for you and keeping you in our thoughts.
Hello, Heather.
And really hoping that Heather begins to pick up a bit, and that that Karen, you managed to find the right care that you need to help her if this is the next stage. So we're thinking of you both. And there's a number of people for whom life is a bit difficult at the moment. So if I've managed to pick you up as we've been going through, then we want to think of particularly Pauline Barry. You've got your op on Thursday. Graham, you're going into hospital for a biopsy on Wednesday. And we know also that we've got P in hospital with his blocked PICC line, and that's very, very painful for him.
Very painful for him and nasty, I know that one.
And Rachel having to drive all the way to Norwich and so on. So I apologise if I don't pick up what you say as we go through. The messages, as you know, come through really quickly. And I am watching a huge amount of information on the screen and on my phone. So
and I get no information whatsoever.
Jonathan
I see nothing. So if anybody is out there listening and they're thinking I'm not responding to them, that's because I don't see anything. All I can do is get the... I just do the work on the piano. Sue's got all the information. But the messages come thick and fast, and so we don't necessarily pick up them. I pick them up later on when I'm going through, when Sue's gone to bed, and I'll try and write in.
So for those of you for whom life is just tough and very difficult at the moment, that one was for you.
And this one, now, we're just going to do this one, then we're going to go straight to our friend Sue Strawn, who's just waiting in the wings for us. And this one is a little song that I wrote with Sue Rinaldi from the album Hymns Project 2. And my Sue, sings it with me beautifully. So here we go. And it's called Just a Closer Walk with Thee.
We hope.
I'm weak, but thou art strong. Jesus, keep me from all wrong. I'll be satisfied as long as I walk. Oh, let me walk with thee.
Through this world of toils and snares, if I falter, Lord, you care.
Nice one, Sue.
My burden shares,
none but thee, dear Lord. Just a closer walk with thee, granted Jesus, this my plea. I'm daily walking close with thee. Let it be, dear Lord, let it be. Beautiful, Mark. When my feeble life is old and time for me will be no more, guide me gently, safely home to thy shore, to thy kingdom shore. just to close to walk with thee. Granted, Jesus, this my plea. I'm daily walking close with thee. Let it be, dear Lord. Oh, just to close to walk with thee. Granted, Jesus, this my plea. I'm daily walking close with thee. Let it be, dear Lord. Let it be. Let it be my plea. I'm daily walking close with thee. Let it be, dear Lord. Let it be. Nicely done, Mrs. V.
That's me done.
I think she's off to bed now. And that's a lovely Sue and Aldi. Now, who's written that with me, and that's fantastic. Come and join me, Sue. Come and join me over here and move the camera so it's slightly more, gets over there. And we've got, who have we got in there? We've got 6 minutes late, typical of me. It was going to be the lovely and the inimitable and the extraordinary talent and hair of Sue Strawn. Sue, are you there?
Well, I am, but I'm sorry, 6 minutes late. I've got TV programmes to watch, honestly.
Yeah, that's a good answer. I knew I could rely on you, at least for the comedy. And so thank you for that.
That's okay, my pleasure.
So, Sue, lovely to talk to you and lovely to get you on. I saw a notice in the community page that kind of struck me and Sue. And I suddenly said to Sue, we need you on as the first guest tonight to tell us a little bit what the community can do to help you in your endeavours. Tell us what's going on.
Where do I start? I start by saying that the last time I was honoured to be on your show was back in the very early days when I was on a telephone and you had a still picture of me, which was probably preferable.
Yeah, but that was from 1926 as well. That's no good.
Yeah, that was then followed on the 28th of June 2020, it says here. And no, dementia is not just about losing your memory, but as you know, my memory is not terribly sharp. I can't tell you what I did yesterday, but I can remember some things about you, Jonathan, that best not shared, eh?
Best left unsaid, I think.
Exactly, yes. What goes on at holiday camp? Oh, no, sorry. So the lockdown was really hard for so many people. I personally found it very difficult because for my own well-being, doing talks and promoting the charity Alzheimer's Research UK has been a lifesaver. It really has. I think I might have said before when I came on the show that initially with my dementia diagnosis, I was really depressed about it and had two choices. I either got up off backside and did something, or I sat there, wallowed in it, made everybody else miserable. So I did get off backside and ran the London Marathon in 2018.
As you do.
You know, the doctor said get fit, and I thought, oh, okay, I'll run a marathon then. And I was fortunate enough to get a bit of TV coverage and raised a lot of money for the charity. And last time I spoke to you, I was looking to get to 20,000 by the end of 2020. And with the help of many people, and particularly the JV community, who was so generous, I got to 20,000 by October.
Unbelievable.
And so I had to have my head shaved because that was that was the incentive for people. And I really hoped that people wouldn't want me to do it because I was really scared. I am the vainest person I know. Actually, no, sorry, Jonathan, let me rephrase that. I'm the second vainest person I know. Is that right, Sue?
Yeah, that's about right.
But that's enough about Sue Vera. I mean, You know, there's no need to do that now. She's given a kidney. Let's be nice to her, you know.
I'm not sure why she bothered. Oh, sorry. Anyway, so I now currently am on £23,275.
That's
Now,
phenomenal.
extraordinary.
It's not just about the money, believe me. It's about raising awareness that people living with dementia can sometimes, depending on their circumstances, live well. And I do live really well. I have a great life. That's not to say that I don't have my bad days. I had quite a bad day yesterday, actually. I'm doing this run and I decided I was going to do it properly, like you do. So I've got a training plan here, which you won't be able to see in detail. But believe me,
Yes.
something's happening quite a lot. And yesterday was supposed to be an 8K run. That's about 5 miles, I think. I don't do.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And I set off and I was probably about halfway, and somebody who I know very, very vaguely said, "Oh, are you running for charity again?" And I stopped, I paused my watch and I said I was, and she said, "Oh, well, we'd love to give you some money. We live at such and such a house, pop round sometime." I said, "Oh, thank you very much." Reset my watch, started to run and realized that my watch wasn't working at all. Now, I need my watch to show me A, how far I've gone, and B, for my own peace of mind, what pace I'm running at. Yeah. So I spent 15 minutes sitting on the verge, sobbing. I was torn between throwing the watch into the road and stamping on it, or trying really hard without my glasses to reset it. Well, long story short, I did reset it. I did end up running 10K instead of 8.
Oh my word.
But, you know, there's an expression amongst runners that's miles in the legs. So that's okay. So I'm actually running the Cambridge Half Marathon in October the 17th. Cambridge is the head office of Alzheimer's Research UK, and they asked me to run as an ambassador and said, "Oh, you don't have to raise any money." And I said, "Well, I know I don't, but I might just sort of put feelers out and see if I can, you know, get a few quid."
Yeah.
So on Thursday, I set up my Just Giving page and I put £500. I thought, you know, I am constantly blown away by how amazingly generous people are. And I know there are so many charities that are calling upon us to support them. And we all have our own. And I get that. So when I sent out a few emails and I put the thing on Facebook, I hope that it wasn't, you must support me. It was more of a, look, if you can, that would be lovely. So for a £500 target, I've currently got 420 of the 500 in 4 days.
That will do.
Yeah, exactly. As I say, the charity is really, really important to me because it's probably a bit late for me to get a cure, but there are so many young people out there who, wouldn't it be wonderful to feel that we were part of finding that cure?
Yes.
I don't. How much longer have I got, Jonathan?
Go on.
No.
Sue wants to ask a question.
I just wanted to ask, did you give us a sort of little bit of a teaser and said that there's been some kind of research that's been really good or something recently?
Yeah. There, people might have heard that recently in the press there is talk of a drug called aducanumab. Yes.
Well done.
Yes. Result. I don't care. You can do anything else now as long as you said that.
Exactly. Yes. Yeah. I've called it all sorts of things in some of the talks I've done.
Believe
me. Yeah.
Imagine you probably get arrested for most of them.
Yes. Do you know? There's no tone I can't lower. Anyway, aducanumab. Just showing that I can do it.
Show off again.
Yeah. It's the first new Alzheimer's drug for nearly 20 years.
Gosh.
Wow.
But it is the very first to tackle the underlying disease. Right. There are drugs available that people living with some dementias can take to suppress the symptoms a little bit. In my particular case, there isn't anything, and that's okay. I went on the local radio recently when this drug was released. It's been approved in America. It hasn't yet been approved here. It will have to go through all sorts of hoops before it gets approved, and it may not get approved. You know, it has to go through. Is it NICE? I think NICE is the.
It has to. And CDC is much They say CDC is easier to get through than
Yeah.
PHE or NHS.
Yeah.
And
Well,
nice. So
we don't expect the process of this to finish until the middle of next year at the earliest. But as I say, I was on the radio recently, and it was the local radio, and they know me. They usually wheel me out when there's a dementia story.
Of course.
They go through their Rolodex. Yeah, dementia, Sue. Yeah, sure do.
Hey, I get it with opera.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Hello,
yeah.
Jonathan Vera. No.
Yeah. Anyway, she said to me, "How do you feel? You've got vascular dementia, and this drug is only suitable for people with a certain type of Alzheimer's." And I said, truthfully, my first reaction was, "Oh, great." And that was how I felt. I thought, oh, but then 850,000 people in this country have dementia, and 2/3 of those have Alzheimer's. Of course, that's going to be the first one that they're going to work on. And from that, other things will come. You know, it's exciting news. As I say, we've got bridges to cross yet in terms of whether it is approved here, but the fact that it's been approved in America is a real start. And a lot of the clinical trials were done here in the UK through UCL. So it hasn't all been done abroad. Sorry, I was saying earlier also about bad days. One of the things I constantly battle with is people saying, "But you seem fine." You know, some of you, the community tonight might be thinking, "Well, she seemed all right." You know, you don't see me. I'm very good at what is called masking. I can put on a good show, but I will be exhausted. Probably be very tired tomorrow. Actually, I've just got a bit of tonic here. Sorry, I just need to take this. This is medicinal, and it's quite important for my recovery.
Go on.
All right.
Oh gosh, that's nice. It's Sunday Sparkles. We usually have Friday
very
Fizz.
medicinal. Yeah, okay.
No,
Yeah.
absolutely, yes, yeah. So sorry, carry on.
I was just going to ask, so when are you actually running? When's this half marathon? Is that 13 miles that you're
Yes,
doing?
13.1 miles, October the 17th in Cambridge. Now, I don't know if any of the community are in Cambridge.
I think we do have a few.
We do have a few, certainly east on that
Yes.
part of the country.
Well, if I were you, I would make sure you're busy that day.
Or get there and run and stay at the finish line and greet
Cheer you in.
Exactly.
and give you a fiver while
That
you're
would be great.
exhausted.
That
well,
would be
whatever.
great. Can I just thank those people from the community who have already donated? I really, really value it. I really appreciate it. It's very good for the well-being. And as I say, it would be lovely to feel that we have contributed to a cure. And I'm not naive enough to think that there's going to be a one tablet fits all.
No.
But
no.
you know, long way to go. Long way to go.
Look, Sue, it's so lovely to have you on and to talk about this incredible, because a lot of people in the community are affected. Either their partners
Yes.
are affected, as you know, and you know by the community page. There are nearly 800 people now on the Facebook community, and it's a very big, disparate group. Some are with faith, some are with not, and but all people, as I was sharing today. Whatever your beliefs or not, what we share is this common humanity, and when people are concerned about areas of dementia and something that is attacking, it seems, more and more people that we know, because we're living longer and longer. And Sue's mother, for whom it's a tragedy, we saw her the other day, and it was very hard, hard seeing her like this, a woman who was so strong and mentally agile, and now can't remember literally from 1 second to the next. And so... and forgetting who people are. So we're really following you on this, and we wanted you to know that we are backing you, Sue, and you're part of this valued part of this community.
You are indeed.
Thank you very much.
You and so many others. Look, we've got to move on.
Thank you so
much.
Lovely to see you. And we'll put all this on a notice sheet, and it will be available for people. We'll highlight it nearer the time in October, so that we're absolutely with pictures and everything. All right.
Okay.
Picture
Bless
of you
both.
training.
It's lovely to see you both looking so well and sounding so good. So
thank you.
Bless you
Sue.
both.
So bless you.
You.
Love to see you.
Love
Bye-bye.
you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye now. Bye. It's so lovely, and I think actually what I really wanted to say about this is that this community. Could you just adjust the camera one more time, please? I think I'm going to sing a song which is really a song of the moment, and it's called Moments. And it's about moments that we celebrate, that people like Sue, who went out and ran a marathon in the midst of her own dementia and the shock that it was that she'd had this diagnosis at such a young age. And yet Sue is an absolutely tower of strength and an example to us all. She's not perfect, and she's got things and terrible days, I'm sure. But what she's doing is she's doing her bit to overcome and to help other people to step outside, which is what Sue and I suppose we are attempting to do during these periods. And this is a song from Lockdown Sessions 2. The album's called Moments, and this is by Bryn Howarth. And I'll tell you a little bit about him later on as well. Here we go. These are the moments that we love so well, precious moments caught within a spell. All too soon our lives, they fade away. These are the moments that we wish would stay. If I had my life to live again, I would choose to be with you, my friend. Time moves slowly and it goes so fast, and who knows how long the days will last. So cherish deep within you the love you get today. Let the moments linger, for tomorrow steals that away. Tomorrow steals that away. These are the memories that we made so well, lies like stories that we long to tell. When we're old and not too much to say, we'll have the memories that we made today. We'll have the memories that we made today. Beautiful song.
Beautiful song. Beautiful
by
song.
Bryn Howarth, and memories, things that we forget, things that we remember, and we thank Sue for coming on. A song. I could do.
Can I just say something
Go on.
before
Yes,
you
Sue,
dash
I'd love
on?
you to do. Go on.
So, lovely song, very suitable for so many people. Chris Chivers, you had your golden anniversary recently, I know that. So you're remembering those moments. Sheila and Roy, Lou's parents, you had your 60th anniversary this week, so a very happy anniversary to you. And for everyone else who's got special moments to remember, I think Pete Windmill, it's your birthday tomorrow, did I see?
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday for tomorrow. And this is for Frida, who is Michelle's mum.
Just a couple of verses. All things bright and beautiful, all creatures great and small, all things wise and wonderful, the Lord God made them all. Each little flower that opens, each little bird that sings, He made their glowing colors, He made their tiny wings. All things bright and beautiful, all creatures great and small, all things wise and wonderful, the Lord God made them all. The cold wind in the winter, the pleasant summer sun, the ripe fruits in the garden, He made them every one. All things bright and beautiful, all creatures great and small, all things wise and wonderful, the Lord God made them all. Together, just all things bright. All things bright and beautiful, all creatures great and small, all things wise and wonderful, the Lord God made them all. Must be about 30 years since I played that.
There's a bit of discussion as to which hymn book you might be using.
The hymn book
Yes.
is the English hymnal.
Oh, right, so
It's
we're
one
all
of-
wrong.
It's one of 62 hymn books I've got in the studio. Truly, that's true. And Ralph of Ralph and Elaine, they gave me a whole collection of Methodist hymn books. So you'll be very pleased, Gareth, for all the Methodist hymn books I've got in my studio now. Now, we've only got a few minutes, and we've got a very,
very special guests.
couple coming
So
in the studio.
where
What I
are
want
we
to
going
do,
to
I'll
go?
tell you, you've got a friend later.
Okay.
And what I want to do is I just want to talk very briefly before we have a video and we introduce them then. And it's just to say about YGAF, a bit about YGAF, a bit about the future of the community. People asking questions like, I remember John Greenwood was saying, you know, are we going to finish and da-da-da-da. Well, let me just tell you that the people so far that I've engaged for the autumn term, which yet to put we've got some dates. I'm not going to tell you those dates, but very soon I have Mark Edwards, my wonderful pianist and friend and producer for the last 10 albums or so. Mark Edwards is coming in live to the studio at the beginning of September when I can get people back in, because when I come out of isolation, that'll be it. That'll be the party time, and we'll get him in. I've got Sue Rinaldi has said she wants to come back in as well. I asked her. Paul Field wants to come back in and do a set. Now, Richard Lennox, the fantastic keyboard player extraordinaire. You will absolutely love him, and he was going to do a piece about autism because he is on the spectrum, and he's agreed to talk to us about that. But coming mainly to talk and share and play. He is a phenomenal talent. I mean, just look him up on the internet and you'll see. And he's coming in to play. Bryn Howarth, who's just written songs. That's a major coup. And Bryn has agreed to come in and do a set here in the Steinway room. That's fantastic. Steve Legg, of course, the magician. He'll come in and do a live set. He'll be cutting Sue in half, which will be great. And I hope he gets the right half. And the thing is that she's agreed to sing whilst he's cutting her in half. So it's all good. Adrian Plass, another major coup. He agreed this week that he'll come in at some point. And of course, and the lovely Pam Rhodes, who phoned me yesterday, the TV presenter and radio presenter. She's going to come back into the studio, probably by Zoom. So that's just a few of the people that have agreed to come in. That's forgetting.
Amazing, actually.
It's
unbelievable.
Absolutely
amazing. And it's a testament to the fact that they just love the whole show
community.
And this community, and they just want to be here.
And there'll be loads more people. We'll have the first guest and the second guest, so we've got lots of people who will come in as that 8:20 guest. But I also want to say that that YGAF, you've got a friend Trust, or got a friend Trust, but I know people know it as You've Got a Friend Trust, and that beautiful song that you sung. We're going to be, and I know Adrian's listening tonight, Adrian Nicola, who's 60, happy birthday, and the Trust with its committee members, its trustees. We've been talking, at my instigation, about having a YGAF day. And that will be, we're hoping, I haven't confirmed this with Adrian, but we're talking towards the back end of September on a Saturday. So basically, you plan your sponsored thing, and what we're trying to do is really help as many people, because what's going to happen is as the pandemic, we've won the war. It looks like here in this country, we've won the war, but we need to win the peace as well. That means an awful lot of people are going to come out of furlough. They're going to come out of work. There's going to be great need, and there's great need at the moment, right now. And so we're helping so many people through this wonderful little charity. And you are at the moment, you are the prime source of our income, your kindness and generosity to help other people in small ways. And so what we want to do is we want to stimulate your imagination. So just a little bit of a sponsor whatever you can do. If you can only stay in, and I've spoken to Victoria Moyes, the Pointy Sticks Corner. She's going to come up with some ideas about what you can do. But whatever it is that you can do, wherever you are, then that will be a day towards the back end of September. And then on Sunday, what would happen is that you film yourself doing something or get information, come on, and then we put it on the Sunday. On that next day, and we feature some of it over the next few weeks. What you've done to do this, it's a way of getting the community involved in the community that belongs, the charity that belongs to the community. All right, this belongs to you. It doesn't belong to us. I don't have any say in it, apart from we are the main instigators of it, I suppose, and we try and funnel money towards it so that the trustees can make wonderful gifts to people and help them out at particular times. In the meantime, I think the positive thing is, it's just the thing is just around the bend. Rachel, put on that video, will you? From the new album,
that was a big link.
Just Around the Bend, by Paul Field and Jonathan Vera.
Time traveling down this hard and rocky road. We're all just trying to survive, walking together and sharing the load, doing all we can to stay alive. believe the journey's nearly over. I believe these troubled times will end. I believe we'll find a better place just around the bend. We may be weary, and sometimes we just don't know how we can keep on keeping on. Take one day at a time and trust that history will show. When we're united, we are strong. I believe the journey's nearly over. I believe these troubled times will end. I believe we'll find a better place just around the bend. So take care of each other, for we all need the hope that heals, the love that mends. Even when the darkness is as far as we can see, the sun will shine again somewhere just around the bend. Of each other, for we all need the hope that heals, the love that mends. Even when the darkness is as far as we can see, the sun will shine again, I believe, just around the bend. Just around the bend. I believe the journey's nearly over. I believe the journey's nearly over. I believe these troubled times will end. I believe these troubled times will end. I believe we'll find a better place just around the bend. I believe we'll find a better place just around the bend. Just around the bend.
Well, we're back in the room, and that's great. What a great song. I commend that song to you. Go on YouTube. And just put in Just Around the Bend, Jonathan Vera, and that will come up. Watch it, get those numbers up. I'd love those numbers to get into the high counts of people watching it. It's such a great song, and it actually speaks about optimism. Goodness knows we need a bit of that right now, don't we? Anyway, just a little headline. Rachel, have we got that newspaper just introducing our friends? There it is, look. Just married 25 years later. That was, yes, it was long engagement indeed. What a great title from the Mercury over in Nailsea. And we welcome two great friends of ours, Roy and Sally Windsor. Guys, you there? After 25 years? Ah, there you are. Here. Good to see you. Good to see you. And I've got Sally back in. Sally came in earlier this afternoon because she had to rush off and do a... Did you manage that 10-minute walk in 2 minutes? Was there...
Yeah.
You did? You ran?
I got the Olympic bronze for walking to church quickly.
And how was church? Was it all right?
Brilliant, yeah.
Was it nice to be back?
Yes, third Sunday we've been back. Yeah.
Good. And what was singing? Were you any better at singing, or worse, or what?
Oh no, hopeless. Because in a mask, you sort of take a deep breath to hit the high notes, and all you get is fluff from your mask.
Yeah,
so.
it is. I wonder when that's going to end. Do you think, does everybody in a mask, or do they don't have, you don't have to wear masks?
We have like a worship band, so the ladies in the band that sing don't wear masks, but the rest of us do.
Now, what's the law with that now? What's the situation? Is it a matter of choice, or is it a matter of edict?
I don't know. I go to an Anglican church, so I think they're a bit more edictorial, possibly.
Yeah, well, they're gonna be changing their minds soon, I think. But let's hope as they recover from a 40% up to a 40% drop in their own attendance rates, we shall see. That's not what we're discussing here tonight. Anyway, that's another issue and a big issue. But this issue today, I wanted to kind of, I connected with Roy and I. Well, we all four of us have been friends for. How long is it now? Anybody got any ideas?
So how long have you been stalking him for?
Oh.
Well, it all started when I started shouting out things at Spring Harvest in
Spring Harvest,
2006.
right.
Yeah.
Was it 6? Right.
Yeah.
So that's 15 years now.
Yeah.
Gosh.
And yeah, you were saying things about choruses in youth praise, and
Yes.
I was shouting out the numbers. This was some ridiculous.
Sad person that you are.
Yeah. That's
Well,
how it
okay. That's how it began.
Then eventually you came to Clevedon Baptist Church,
Yes.
and afterwards we finished up comparing near-death experiences, and it's kind of gone rapidly downhill from there.
Well, now, so tell me, because I mean, this is quite interesting to me. The near-death experience, because we talked about viral encephalitis, didn't we? In those days, that was in 1989 when I had that.
Yeah.
And you, tell us a bit about you, Roy.
Well, basically, life was rushing by very quickly. I was being very successful doing what I was doing.
Which is what? What were you doing?
I was selling computer systems to the motor trade, and so far ahead of my target, it was embarrassing, and really having a great time. And one evening I fancied a bag of chips, went off down to the chip shop to get them, and basically blacked out on my journey home, and finished up breaking my neck in a car accident, and haven't stood up for myself since.
Yeah, I'm not going to use the gags. You have to use all of them. All right. I nearly said to you this afternoon when we were, and I did. I genuinely found myself going, Roy, if you could just wave at me to say that you can see me.
Yes.
And all those goats that we've done in concert after you guys have been, that must have been an enormous and an incredible shock to you, and in the stage of life. How old were you?
I was 39.
Gosh, 39.
And I mean, yes, it was, though I have a very specific memory of being on a gurney somewhere in hospital, and a chap coming up to me and saying, it's very unlikely you will ever walk again. And my first thought as a Christian was, well, Romans 8:28, all things work together for good for them that love God. So I thought, well, I suppose I'll have to do things a bit differently then. And largely, I moved on from there.
That's an incredible statement. For people who are listening who haven't got any faith, they would find that their immediate thought would be depression, end of life thoughts. I don't want to go on. I don't want to do this. All of that kind of stuff. But even for Christians, I mean, because I tell you, sitting in the bed recently, when they told me about the kidney being rejected, possibly, I just lay there and I thought, why don't we just end it now then? I mean, if that's what it's going to be, then let's not. So, did you never have those thoughts at all?
Never. And never since. I know this, it sounds quite unbelievable. I find it quite unbelievable when I think about it myself sometimes, in as much as people have asked, overall, how long do you think you've spent feeling down and depressed about things, in all the years since and whatever? And my honest answer is always something significantly less than an hour.
Really?
And that's the truth. I just don't think about it.
What is your okay? What is it actually meant? Because it's not just about walking, is it? There are a lot more implications. Would it be fair to, the description is quadriplegic? Is that correct?
It is.
So explain what that means for people who don't understand that.
Why don't you give them a range of your movement? Like shrug your shoulders and now look left and right. There you go.
How's that?
That's it.
That's it.
That's it.
That's my workout for tonight. Yeah.
Yep.
You're not going to do weights after this. You're not doing any weights, or
I need to sort of. I'm the glamorous assistant.
Yes.
But we're getting to you. We're getting to you.
Can I just ask, Sally, a question I want to ask is, how is it being married to a saint like Roy? I mean, it's, must be tough.
The thing is, you hear it so often, you just let it go in one ear and out the other. and you just hope that, he just finds new friends that haven't heard all the old sort of stories, really. So,
can I just say that when I had the accident originally, when I came home from hospital, I was actually able to drive my own wheelchair. And for a couple of years, Sally and I used to go to church with me in the wheelchair and she on her push bike, because I used to go too fast for her to walk beside me. So she came on her push bike and we used to scoot to church backwards and forwards because I could still drive the wheelchair.
So what happened then? What happened with arms? Why did you lose that from
syringomyelia?
So if Sue Strong can come up with a great big long word, so can we.
Yeah.
Go on then. And say it one more time because we like it.
Syringomyelia.
Myelia, okay. Which means?
Well, when the spinal surgeon, the neurosurgeon explained it to me, he said, for someone with a spinal injury, this is about as bad as it can get. So that made me sit up and take notice. Well, it would have done if I could, of course.
They just roll out, don't they? They just keep coming.
It actually is effectively something goes on inside your spinal cord. It's like a little growth, shall we say, a bubble inside your spinal cord, and basically the nearer it gets to the top, the more life-threatening it is.
Okay.
So I had a couple of little operations to try and do something that might help that, which didn't work. And I then had to have an operation that basically meant the surgeon went in and cut right into my spinal cord and did some pretty scary things. And it wasn't, I was on the table for 9 hours or something.
Oh my goodness.
which was probably quite a long operation at my
that
age.
is long. That's double
And,
what we had.
And then that alleviated the problem. So it's basically now gone as far as up as it should do, unless obviously something else goes wrong.
Yeah.
But as things stand, it's relatively stable. But as it was going up the spinal cord, so my ability to move was disappearing with it.
Yeah.
And I felt, if you like, a numbness going up my body as it continued, which is the sign that made me realise what was going on.
There's a huge amount that must have been going through your mind. And so, Sally, the headline that we came up, that we opened the programme, this little section with, 25 years you've been married. Is that correct?
No.
No.
Explain the headline.
Right. Well, Roy and I met at school, and actually we met at church first because we moved from Exeter to Nailsea, my family and I. So I went to church on Sunday morning. I was not quite sweet 16, and Roy introduced himself, and
As you do.
And then we worked out about sometime in August 1976, we went out with each other for about 4 months. We're not sure quite how long. He dumped me because I was taller than him.
Yeah, I get that. And now who's got the revenge?
Worst mistake of his life.
Yeah, of course it was.
So we met up again after 25 years, and we sort of just took up where we left off. And so hence the just married, but 25 years later than when we were first together.
I get that. Go on, Sue's about to ask a question.
So, Sally, Roy was already injured when you met up with him again.
This is quite a significant thing. So he was already, was he already quadriplegic, or was he, has he just lost the use of his legs?
No, because he was always quadriplegic, but what he could do was use his shoulder to actually move his arm. He couldn't physically move his arm. It was his shoulder giving him the movement. So he had the accident in 1998, and he and I met up again at the very tail end of 2001.
Yeah.
So we got married 7 months later. So I knew absolutely what I was letting myself in for.
Yeah,
apart from the humour.
Okay, let me ask you that. I mean, what apart from the humour, which actually, had you known about the humour, then you would have decided otherwise. But
absolutely.
But seriously, what you committed yourself to? Why? I mean, I'm just going to ask you straight out, because that's what I do. Why? Why did you do it?
Because I love him.
And what? Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to figure that one out, but I'm just.
Hey, people say it's about us. There's no accounting.
No, they don't, darling. The reason you love me is because of my looks. Right? Clearly, it's my looks. I mean, Roy, what has Roy got? His looks. Look, yeah, he's not as good looking as I am. But seriously, you said something to me about caring the other day, and it was something about that moved me. It stayed with me. You did it also. You care for people because that is in your nature. I remember coming to you, and I got Roy with all his issues and problems, and I came and I just started getting quite a bad feet, if you remember, with neuropathy. And you, without even thinking twice, you said, "Let me massage your feet for you," and it was a beautiful thing, and it helped me so much that day. But it was more that somebody would offer. And that you're that kind of person. I mean, why did you do it? Tell me what. I'm babbling now.
Right. Yes, I think I was brought up to think about other people. I've always had a relationship with Jesus. I don't ever remember not believing in him and he and I being friends. So it is very easy for me, generally speaking, to want to be sort of Jesus's hands and feet to people. That just sounds really awful, like a Mother Teresa. I'm not, but that's...
Hey, Mother Teresa
where-
wasn't so bad. I mean, if you're going to be like anybody, Mother Teresa will do.
But that's where I get my enjoyment from. You know, dear old Victoria on the JV community loves her crochet. You know, other people love their things. I just like looking after people, and it helps. You know, when Roy and I met up again, I'd done 20 years of general nursing. I'd looked after people.
That does help.
I'd looked after mostly people with strokes, people, older people with dementia. The fact that, like, putting pieces together afterwards, it looks like Roy when he blacked out, he had a stroke from his accident. So I was, God knew what he was doing, and I was obviously quite well equipped to, you know, get back with Roy. I have to say, when I offered to, it was actually washing your feet. It was round about Easter time, and we'd had an Easter experience up at church, and we'd each there were several of us, and we'd each got a little bit of a station. And as the school children were coming through, we were telling a little bit of the Easter story. Yeah. And I was the very last bit, the empty tomb. And they basically went behind a curtain, and the door was open, and out they went back to school. And the first lady, who was right next to me, was washing feet. So I heard the washing feet story 8 times that afternoon.
You thought, I better do that.
Well, then when you came and you were telling us about how you'd found this amazing shoe shop in Portishead, and you'd got these shoes, and you were so thrilled. And this little voice is inside me going, go on, ask him if you can wash his feet. I'm going, don't be silly. Who washes people's feet these days? Go on, ask him. So I did. And thankfully,
it was,
you said,
but you see those moments, it's a very special thing. And I've watched you two as you've stalked me around the country, particularly in the southwest. And a show's not quite the same in the southwest unless you're there. But I've noticed how you look after Roy. Is it difficult, honestly, to be looked after long term for that long now, 23 odd years, or 20 something years now, 20 years, that kind of time? Is it difficult being helpless to do certain things?
You kind of get used to it, which you do.
Well,
you just get used to it. It's you always think, I wish I could do something to help. You know, like when Sally goes up in the loft, I really don't like that, because I think that's what I should be doing. And so that's one particular job I don't like her doing. Also, the fact that if she fell out, I would actually see it because it's right in front of me. But
that wouldn't be very helpful at all, would it? I'll be there in a minute.
No, I could ring somebody.
Yes.
Yeah. So
you don't like me packing up for holiday, do you either?
No, especially when I'm not coming.
I wish.
No, it's just, there's certain jobs that I feel I should be doing. But as a general statement, because I know I can't do it myself, I just accept that someone else has got to do it. And,
all right. So what we're getting is, and I think one of the reasons I wanted you guys on is because I know there are various people in the community who are very needy and who have a lot of multiple disciplinary problems and many multiple pathologies. And that has included me, and surviving all of this and surviving things that we have done, and that you and I have shared all this stuff. And I have looked to various people, like my sister Ruth, living with illnesses and living with incapacity, and how you stop that path down to self-pity and therefore inactivity. You can't do anything when you're like that. You'll completely think, right, that's it, I might as well give up, and then you give up. I just wanted you to kind of inspire people out there in the community to say that in the midst of of some of the worst stuff that can happen to us. Because for many, they cannot imagine being quadriplegic. They cannot imagine, Sally, you dedicating your life to looking after somebody. I know I've been there with hoists and various things to get him out into the car, to the loo, or to the shower, to the bath, whatever. Everything has to be done on hoists and all the rest of it. And I've never, maybe you have moaned, Sally, but I've never heard you moan. Is that, have you, I mean, do you have enough of it sometimes? Sorry, Sue's going to ask something.
So I was just, sorry, Sally, I was just going to say, there have been some scary moments, though, haven't they? I mean, it sounds as if it's sort of been plain sailing, but it hasn't been, because I know, bless him, he ended up in hospital, didn't he, a few years ago, and that was very scary.
Yes. Back in June of 2017,
yes.
Roy had a chest infection, which turned into pneumonia, which turned into sepsis. And at that point, I said, I can't look after you at home anymore. You are at the limit of I'm at the limit of, my capacity.
Yes.
So we went into hospital, and a couple of days later, he just slipped into unconsciousness. And what was very interesting, as a nurse sitting there Tuesday night into Wednesday morning, and each doctor that came on the ward to see Roy got progressively older. So I'm guessing also progressively more qualified.
Yes.
Until the consultant arrived at 5:30 on Wednesday morning and said to me, we're going to take him to ITU. We don't actually know what the matter is. We don't know why he won't wake up, but we'll let you know when we do. And I thought, okay, this is the moment. And
yes.
I said to him, it's okay. Roy and I are born again Christians, so we believe that whatever happens in this world, we are looking forward to spending eternity in heaven with Jesus. So right now in this world, Roy's on the subs bench. If God wants to promote him to the first team, and he'll go to heaven, and he'll play football, and he'll score goals, and he'll be fabulous. And it doesn't matter what you or any of your colleagues do, that's what will happen. If God has still got, a place for him on the subs bench in this world, then God will work through you guys and he'll still be around. And so just go and do what you've got to do. And I've never seen such visual release and relief on anybody's face as this guy just sort of went, phew, and walked off.
Okay.
So, that was scary. For 4 or 5 days, he was unconscious. And would you believe it? It turned out all to be because he had had too much oxygen.
Well, that's a lesson to us all, isn't it?
Yes. So all this deep
Sue,
breathing.
put that oxygen bottle back. I'm not taking it. That's it. I think anybody who knows Roy, the football imagery is very appropriate because, as he often says, so I might watch you as long as there's not a good match on. Jonathan Vera, live from the Steinway room, not in the Premier League of things that he's going to watch if there's a football match on. Is that true, Roy?
It depends which football match it might be.
Okay, thanks for that anyway.
If certain teams are involved, then you don't stand. Well, you ain't got a prayer.
No, I haven't got a prayer. I get that. Thank you for that. Thank you for that.
I can always watch you on catch up.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I mean, thanks for that little vote of confidence there. It's either flipping the midwives or it's that. So do you want to move? You move. You go and move. Go on. And now we're going to have to close this. I just want to. I'm going to sing you a song in a second, but just to Roy. What would you say to people who are going through really tough times? That how would you help them? I don't mean advice, but just how would you help them to frame their own response to these tough times that they're going through now?
The biggest thing for me personally is that there is someone who can help, and it doesn't matter who you are. there is the same
Yes.
someone, and that is the preferential route, no matter what your problem is.
That's good.
And God will help you through what you're going through. He'll either help you through it and out the other end, or he will just help you along the way through it. He won't cure everything. He has his own way of doing things, and that's that. But that would be my first word of advice. My second word of advice would be, whatever you're doing, think about it positively, because it will help you, and it will help all those around you. And the more you upset and turn people away from you, the lonelier you will get, and it won't do you any good.
Good advice. It's good advice. It's sound advice. Guys, what a lovely half an hour this has been, and thank you so much for agreeing. It was such an inspired idea to get you guys on, I have to say, and because you've helped an awful lot of people. A lot of people are out there without faith, and they might not identify with some of this, but I ask them to consider the words and consider where you've been. You've earned the right to say it. And we just thank you so much for being part of the community, being part of our lives over such a long time now. And we look forward to doing this concert for you. When is the next concert I'm supposed to be doing for you? Can't remember.
2023.
2023. All right.
Yeah.
Well, I'm practicing now. Okay.
Good man.
I'm practicing some Chopin for you. Okay. Because he always comments from the sideline, because he's always sitting at the front making rude comments through the whole thing, which makes me laugh so much.
Well, I'm paying.
I'm just going to turn your flipping chair around. Then you can't do anything, can you? All right?
Oh, you'd be surprised.
All right. Hey, guys, I'm going to sing you a song now, a song that you've loved for a long time, and it's from the lockdown album, Sessions 1, and it's sung with my boys. I'm going to do it from the backing track so you can have a lovely sense of the song, and it's called All That Matters. Bless you both.
Thank you.
Good to see you.
Go and have a listen, and we'll speak soon. Thanks so much.
Take care.
Bye, guys. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Let's have All That Matters. Can I do it standing? Here's life in all its mystery, the beauty and the tragedy, the silence and the symphony, and everything between. And deep inside the heart of man, the need to know and understand, are we a part of some great plan, or just a passing dream? Philosophers philosophize, but rarely look you in the eyes. And politics is compromise that rides the ebb and flow. And money talks and fashion screams to fill the space inside your dreams. If you want something to believe, I'll tell you what I know. My maker is my savior, my creator is also my friend, and to find him and his favor is all that matters in the end. The spirit of the age decrees. We may not speak in certainties, but that's what Jesus is to me. The bedrock of my soul, a savior who can really save, a power stronger than the grave, the greatest gift I'll ever have, the deepest joy I know. Oh, my maker is my savior, my creator is also my friend, and to find him and his favor is all that matters in the end. Oh, my maker is my savior, my creator is also my friend, and to find him and his favor is all that matters. He's all that matters. He's all that matters in the end. In the end. Well, what a great song that is, from the pen of Judy Mackenzie Dunn, from an album I did many years ago called All That Matters, and also on the new album Lockdown Sessions 1. And I'm just going to Sue's now going off to bed because she's a bit worn out now. Just to say that last song was dedicated to dear Linda Baines, who came on and did, especially she was doing an art charity, if you remember. And Linda's had to go in for quite important surgery. She's had it recently, but she's going to have a really tough year ahead. And we dedicate that song to her. To David Clegg, is it his birthday? Or they've had to cancel their holiday because I think they have to isolate or something. The car. The car is broken. I'm sorry, David and Erica. We would have, if you'd been closer, we could have lent you one of the pool cars from our house. You know, one of the 15 cars that we. I'm joking. Can you not know anybody who's got another car? Is there nobody in the community you could ask? Put that out there as into the community thing and see if somebody's got a car they could lend you. This is ridiculous. I know they were waiting from apart from France, but you're a long way up for us, I think. Dave Roberts and his wife, that song is for you too, my dear boy. Your wife is having treatment for cancer at the moment and going through a lot of trouble, and we think of you. The South African family who live next door to us, Claudia and Brian. Actually, they've been over there in South Africa since, she has been since October, the kids since December, and they're waiting for the country to go green. At the moment it is red, so they can't travel, and this is really an awful time for them. So we think of Marta and Dan, the father and the mother over there, who he had terrible COVID. And since Claudia, our neighbour, has had COVID over there, and she's got a little bit of long COVID now, and we're sending our love to them, to Nathan, to Daniela, and to Brian, the husband, and to Claudia. We miss you. It's been a long time since we've seen you. And I want to also mention David from the unit, David and Roz, who came on and talked about the kidney problems. You remember he was looking for a kidney transplant. So the good thing is that he was okayed by the heart people, and so now he just has to wait for a meeting when they will allocate him a date, which will be fantastic for David and Roz. All's been cleared, it seems. So now they're just waiting for the date so they can join me on a Monday morning in the clinic up at Epsom Hospital at St Heliers. So we wish them the best, David Clift. That is. If I've forgotten anybody, I think we've done all the Karen and Heather, Rachel P. Yes, we've done all of those. And anybody else who is out there who is, I hope you're encouraged by what we saw today and what we talked about, encouraged by people who are having to cope with adversity and find a way through. And Sue and I, she's gone to bed now, she's too tired to run on this. Is post-operative stuff that's going on. I seem to have got the energy that, I was in bed this afternoon and she had a 2-hour sleep this afternoon as well, so, this is going to take some time. We're going to be touring. We're planning to come late September, and those of you who have invited us and have had concerts there, we are planning to do them. Okay, we're planning to get help so that we can help, so we can get the thing set up and take down. But we're looking forward to doing that, and I'm looking forward to going back to my academic work as well, to teaching at the university. I send big love out to Sue Legg and Stephen Basted out in she's my direct boss, and she's been absolutely wonderful. Sue, you remember they came on the show. He's a composer and she's the pianist and singer, and send big love to them. I also send out love tonight to Richie and Imi Coxon, and they're two children of which we are godparents, and we're missing these people so much. So many things. They'll be wait till next week. Now, there's a few notices now. I'm going to do them for you. Just to say, if you've got any, the JV Tech, www.jvlivetech.uk, and subscribe, and you can get the notices delivered to your, I'm reading this off the computer, so forgive me, okay, my eyesight's not so good. So you can do that, and let's have you can get everything you need to know will be on that, all the notices. Let's have a look. So you can find me on YouTube, and when you watch, you can find me on youtube.com, Jonathan Vera, that's what it is, that's what you've got to type in, or Jonathan Vera Music Live. Now please remember you can get, yes, we would love you to subscribe to YouTube on that thing, so get the number and the views up, because at the moment some of the views are okay, but we want them to be in the high thousands, and it would be lovely. You've got so many songs up there and things, and things that I've done. Share it around amongst your friends, share it with your neighbours, and tell them all about this evening, and tell them that we have got some great guests for you coming up. Now, if you'd like to contribute at all to the work that we're doing, then you can go to paypal.me /Jonathan Vera. Important you put that name to spell it correctly, or you go to Jonathan Vera, www.jonathanvera.com, and then you get details from Sue. That will go straight to Sue if you'd rather pay into a bank account. If you'd like to contribute, then you could. If you cannot afford to, we say it again, and you just don't want to, you just want to get it for free, that's fine. You don't need many people. We don't need many people contribute. Just we need to be kept alive, because I'd like to work at some point. I'll be able to earn a living. For the last 18 months, we haven't been able to do that. So it's been tricky, to say the least. But thank you for all your generosity and your kindness over these very, very many months. And I think that's about. Are there any other comments? I don't think there is. I think that's yes. Merch from the people who've been ordering the CDs and the books, and we've got some more orders for music books. As you get back into your churches, you might want to be singing these things like Hymns Project 2 and Hymns Project 1. There are music books for that with the new songs that I've written. I Love That Will Not Let Me Go, etc. All of those lovely songs that people can join in with, and Just a Closer Walk with Thee that we can all sing along with. Right, I think that's it. Records, £8. The CDs are £8 apart from the new ones, which are 12. The lockdown sessions 1 and 2, they are £12. and you can just find them online, jonathanvera.com, and you can have a listen to them before you buy. Now, I'm going to just finish up tonight because I'm getting tired and I've got a hospital appointment, but I've loved being part of this again tonight, and it was lovely that Sue could join us. I didn't know whether she could join us tonight because she was very tired. But I'm just going to sing the Go Peaceful in Gentleness through the violence of these days. Give freely, show tenderness in all your ways. Through darkness, in troubled times, let holiness be your aim. Seek wisdom, let faithfulness burn like a flame. God speed you, God lead you, and keep you wrapped around his heart. May you be known, my Lord. Be righteous, speak truthfully in a world of greed and lies. Show kindness, see everyone through heaven's eyes. God hold you, enfold you, and keep you wrapped around his heart. May you be known, my Lord. It's been great having your company again, and we look forward to next week. And watch again and pick up on all the interviews and the songs, and know that the future is looking very good. Oh, and forgot to mention, Christmas CD. Just put it into the packet, you know. Eventually we'll ask you to, if you want to buy an album before and finance the album, a lovely Christmas CD that Mark and I will be recording, hopefully late September. Everything's happening in late September. More and on. The Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make his face to shine on you. The Lord bless you and keep you and give you his peace. The Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make his face to shine on you. The Lord bless you and keep you and give you his peace and give you his peace. The Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord turn his face toward you. The Lord bless you and keep you and be gracious to you. The Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord turn his face toward you. The Lord bless you and keep you and be gracious to you and be gracious to you. keep you. The Lord make his face to shine on you. The Lord bless you and keep you and give you his peace and give you his peace. And we also send love out to Australia, to Lucas and Chrissy, and we love your good news. What great times. God bless you, and we'll see you next week.